Alright, so I think we're back. Are we back? I'm just gonna wait a bit. Hold on a second. Yes, we are back. We are back. Apologies, that probably crippled the stream hard, but we are back. So what happened was I have audio settings. I had audio settings turned up. And I had audio and apparently the threshold, because I was speaking rather quietly, the threshold where nothing gets picked up was lower than my actual voice. Which might mean, Kiro, if you're here, that might mean that those 24 hours of audio that we recorded might have me cutting out very frequently. So that's really sucks. Oh yeah, 24 hours of audio. So, I gotta promote this bad boy back to Twitter. Because I fucked up. We're back, though. We're back in blue. We're back in blue, and, well, let's just see how this goes. Let's just see how this goes. Hello, Green Machine. So, first things first. So, here's the thing. So I'm just going to explain to you where I've been for the past 8 months, because I've been nearly 9 months actually, because I've been fucking gone from the face of the earth. So first things first, you may have noticed my voice. I've perfected it, kind of. When I'm recording, it's much better, but when I'm speaking normally, it can be good at other times. It really depends on if I have water around me. That's why I have two, like, I don't know how much a fucking liter is. I'd say it's about, I have like, how much is a fucking liter actually? I probably have around a liter of water with me, half a liter, full liter. I don't know how much a liter is anymore. Yeah, 2 liters of water. I have a lot of water with me because that's really the main thing that keeps this whole thing consistent. So, what's up? That's actually what I came to answer before we started this whole endeavor. So, September was when I joined the... I actually need to just... I've not streamed... The only 2 streams I did was that Among Us stream... which didn't go so well, and that stream where we played GTA for a bit and it like fucking froze. But we have excellent connection here. Alright, so I think we are going to... Yeah, I think we're gonna plateau somewhere around 12-ish viewers. Hi, hello Jay, you know what we're doing here. Stay tuned. So yeah, we're gonna plateau at around 12-ish viewers, I think. See, I told you, buddy. I told you I didn't raid your stream. Anyways, so first we're gonna talk about everything that's happened since September. I joined this wacky, absolutely hilarious online community called the Commentary Community. I joined it because, well, I want to make a commentary video next. I gotta learn the ropes. I gotta learn the skills. I gotta get the skills. So I joined that community. I'm kind of a laughing stock there, but I don't really care. It's just temporary. It's just a temporary venture. My Twitter has just gone full commentary. I probably lost a lot of OGs there, but we're gonna revert back. I promise. We're gonna revert back. It's a temporary endeavor. Commentary community. It's certainly been nice. It took me a while. I got myself into a couple controversies there. I might have this is really stupid. There's this misunderstanding, and it turned into me falsely accusing this dude of doxing everyone. It was really stupid on my part. Anyways, me and that person are cool now, and actually I'm in their subset of the community. The person, they're called Bunk. They're called Bunk. Yes, we're gonna talk about Bunk. Bunk is cool. I've just gotten to meet a lot of cool people. We've just gotten to meet when are we responding to it? In like 10 minutes. I'm just waiting for the stream to fill up, buddy. So, yeah. I joined that community. It's cool. I meet a couple people. Neko Koda and I are, again, I think it's pretty obvious that we're chill. We just banter, and well, yeah, I've just been... Production has been a literal hellscape. Production of this next video has been a literal hellscape. It just went through a major fucking retool. Like, a good portion of the video got completely reworked because I was so unsatisfied with it, you know? Okay, well, I think we've been here enough. Let's get to what we came here for. So, context. This is my editing software, and we are watching it because, well, this dude... So, I'm not gonna say... So, back in June of 2021... Oh, first, actually, let's actually go through context. Let's actually Control F this bad boy. Come on, Control F for me, buddy. Come on. That was not in the Spider-Man game. Fine, let's not Control F this, buddy. So, back, I'm just gonna move all of my stuff so you guys get a full picture view. A full picture view of this bad boy. So, back in, I'd say, March of 2017. I'm losing track. This is what happens when you have to read through fucking years worth of timelines. Everything just sort of blends together. It makes you go kind of insane. Disown. Yeah, he did disown this video. We're still watching it though. Cause it's back up. Yeah, I think he restored it. But this is the original copy. This was the original copy of it. So, here's what happened. Back in May 20th of 2021, JXE released a 5-hour video about Doctor Who. It was a video I personally worked on, and I really like it. It's one of my favorite videos on this entire website. And you can tell that because I dropped everything when I saw these fucking losers. These fucking losers crying and whining that the video was, it was a bit long, only 5 hours, so it's not that much time. It's about... So yeah, a bunch of fucking losers were crying over essentially long-form critique. So, in a fit of pure, unbridled rage, I dropped everything. It's been about 4 days on this really crappy response to all of it. I'm not saying it's crap because my argument... There's only one point I disagree with now. It's just bad because the editing's bad, the scripting's bad, all my old videos... I gotta be completely honest with you guys. I don't like any of my videos. The only videos I like are You Can't Defend and kind of the Rick and Morty video. Everything else is kind of... I'm not a big fan of my content. I'm sorry. So, I made that video. And it got promoted like fuck. Holy shit, it got promoted. It got promoted sky high. It currently rests at around 33,000 views on my channel. And considering the fact that I only have around 2,000 subscribers at the moment, even though most of those came from Cartoon Sheet, like, that's a whole different thing. That's an insane ratio. Even pre-Cartoon Sheet. Let's actually go pre-Cartoon Sheet when I had 1.5k. That is over 20 times my audience. That is over 20 times my audience size that got to see the video. Because of extensive amounts of promotions, and then it hits the algorithm, and it's just great. I haven't monetized the channel yet. I'm actually about to lose eligibility to monetize. I lost it back in January when You Can't Defend turned 1 year old. I got it back when Cartoon She sent that flood of people to my channel. I'm gonna lose it again once the original video turns 1 year old. So, essentially, a day later... I'm just chilling out with some friends, I'm just like, because this video's blowing up, it's doing great, and all of a sudden, one of them says, hey, this person made a response to you, and I was like, what? And well, this whole thing happened. One of my friends just started fucking with him in DMs. I had to reach out to the guy. I had to apologize. And he isn't, and okay. And I actually still haven't seen the video because, well, I'm working on a rather large thing, and I don't know if I have ADHD or not, but if I see a video that's worth responding to, I will drop everything and just focus on that, and it's just not healthy for what I'm trying to do. This actually happened recently. I saw a video defending Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, I like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but objectively speaking, it's pretty fucking mid. Like, there are so many issues with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And this person was... Their whole defense of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was, well, it's just like the games. It's just like the games, guys. It's just like the games. Tails an exposition dump. Tails does exposition, because it's just like the games. The contrivances. It's just like the games. You guys just hate it because it's just like the games. And, well, I wanted to respond to it so bad. I had to, like, force myself not to respond to it. And so I just decided, since this is always lingering in the back of my mind, and I'm not going to respond to it. But this is all, I'm not going to respond to it purely because A, the creator disowned it, and B, he's like 100 times smaller than, he's like 50 times smaller than me. Oh yeah, my Pov in the chat was the person who actually told me about the video. So, oh yeah, before we continue, I have to talk about the arc the creator went through. So they uploaded the video, and then got pretty shit on for it, because it was a pretty fucking terrible video. And so they privated the video a few months later, and gave off this awful excuse like, I'm getting harassed. Cause JXE's fans, they're all toxic, and they can't take criticism. And well, yeah. So a few months goes by, and he tells me he's reinstating the video because, people deserve to see it. People deserve to know what I said. So here's the video. It's back online. He DMs this to me. Every time he takes down the video or reinstates it or there's an update, he DMs it to me. I haven't seen this guy's video, but it's like he thinks there's this entire feud between us when I've never even seen his fucking video. This is gonna be my raw live reaction. So then, following this, oh shit, I got 27 viewers. More than a channel with 10 times my size. I can't fucking keep doing this. But anyways, the point is, after a while, he reinstates it again, saying that he only stands by 1 point. And I know what that 1 point is. I stand by it too, because it was the one part of my video that really fell off. And well, since then, he's just been sort of chilling, but I plan to do a response just shredding the fuck out of this video. I never did. I can't do it. I'm probably not going to do it after my next video comes out, because it'll be a dead topic by then. It'll be like a year old. So I thought, since I'm kind of dead, we're just gonna hopefully revive interest in the channel by just responding to this. Now, one final thing. I have never, ever really... Okay, that's a lie. Back in January, this guy called Max BT Show made a video on me and Bunk. Bunk was the person I told you about earlier. And they kind of made the argument that, Bunk and Blair TV are both tranny leftists, and they're trying to destroy the community. We can't allow leftists here, and we can't allow trans people here. It's horrible. And that was essentially his whole argument. Max spent most of the time on Bunk, and he dedicated only, like, despite me being in the title and the thumbnail, he only dedicated, like, 80 seconds to just shitting on me. That's kind of the only time I've ever really been criticized by another creator. Well, I wouldn't call it criticism. It was a horrible video I reacted to on my second channel. But, alright, so let's actually I know there's a lot of petty insults in here, but I'm actually quite nervous because I've never really been engaged in this kind of brawl before. All of the subjects I've covered, Neko Koda folded immediately after seeing the video, and we've just been cool ever since. We're friends. We talk at like once a week. Ugh, fuck, I keep forgetting people just keep coming in. So, no. I keep forgetting people. No, Max didn't make this video. I'm probably just, I don't want to, I know you guys probably know this, I just don't want to make people think that this guy is some kind of bigot. Because the person who made this video here, he's not a bigot, he's just a dumbass. So yeah, I have been criticized before. I'm rather nervous because, well, I've never really engaged in any YouTube feuds before, despite gearing myself up, despite raring myself up for some epic drama. I have not done this yet, so this will be a good test. So, without any further ado, let's get right into the news, and we'll break this video down bit by bit.
So JX...
Oh shit, I should probably turn this mofo up.
So JXE made a 5.25 hour long video about Doctor Who series 11 and 12.
Alright, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear their audio, or should I... Yeah, can you hear the initial video audio? I know it's probably on YouTube, but this is probably the best thing I have. This is the best thing I got. Can you hear their audio? Thank you. Alright, well, alright, good.
Many didn't like it, many didn't even watch it, and some basically just went, "Shut up!" I'll be honest, I lasted about 15 minutes into that video before I hit dislike, unsubscribe, and the close button.
But why? Why did you do that? No, don't get me wrong. I understand not liking the video. No, 15 minutes into Jay's initial video is where she just does a bunch of hawking and reaching as a joke. That was enough for you to unsub from a creator. Let's just continue.
I openly admit I have something of a short attention span.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This video is 5 hours, 14 minutes, and 23 seconds. I always forget the last part. And you only watched 15 minutes of it. And yet you're going to debunk an entire video. The entire point of the fucking video is that you can't criticize it if you haven't fucking seen it. And this guy hasn't fucking seen it. So, 22 seconds in, and we've already hit a major fucking problem. You see? You get me yet? Alright, let's continue.
Especially when I see a 5 hour runtime, and I'm sure many, including who I'm about to talk about, will see that exact point and basically dismiss this very video as a result.
You guys are gonna flip out when my next video drops. We're going into long-form territory. I'm stalling because I'm secretly nervous, you know? I'm not a confrontational gal. I'm checking my Discord name. I'm not a confrontational gal. And, well, this is... Yes. I don't know the length of the next video. I don't know anymore. I've stopped promising anything. It's long. I just don't know.
But the thing is, I'm not actually talking about that video.
I'm talking about
this. A YouTuber by the
this
name of Blair TV.
because I didn't know that I was trans, and I didn't know she was gathering B-roll for this video. I referred to her using they/them pronouns as such. I would like to apologize to Blair for this discrepancy. And if I ever mention her again in future videos, I'll make sure to use the correct pronouns. This misgendering was unintentional. Hey, my old branding.
He decided to make a video responding to the response of the video,
Hello,
with the
ladies
first
and
line of the description being a quote from Twice Upon a Time. And already, I know this is gonna be a classy video.
Twice Upon a Time was cool. Oh, fine. It was mid. Are you happy? It's mid. It's hella mid. It's more mid than Jelly Bean. Okay, if you can't tell, I'm stalling. Again, I'm stalling because I have never properly done this before.
You know, I wasn't
Ah, my old voice. Absolute cancer, I tell ya.
even going to make a video on the fallout of the fall of Doctor Who, but with the sheer level of bad faith arguments and blatant slander, I just had to say something.
No?
I didn't I felt inclined by myself to say something.
No, you really didn't have to.
I didn't have to. I didn't have to. Of course, you didn't have to make this video. I didn't literally mean that I had to make it. I wanted to. Actually, it was, again, I don't know if I have ADHD or not, but when I see a sweet, juicy, succulent topic, I have to make a video on it. It's so hard. It's so fucking hard to try to figure out, to try not to. When I saw that video about Sonic the Hedgehog, I had to literally, like, do mental gymnastics to try not to do it.
There are other ways you could have just actively avoided such motivation. Deleting your Twitter app.
Horrible.
And avoiding it for a day or two.
No, I want to make fun of stupid people. That's kind of the whole thing with me. I make fun of stupid people. I mean, I'm here now.
Focusing on other content you actually want to make. Check.
What the fuck? I actually want to make, okay, let's actually talk about that. I can last about 3 uninterrupted months working on the next video before it just burns me out. And that right there was around 3 months after I'd done that. Yeah, so essentially 3 months, the first 3-month period was that video. The second 3-month period was when I did the Rick and Morty video. The third 3-month period was when I did that scrapped video about Change Your Mind. There was actually going to be a scrap video about Change Your Mind that I wanted to do over Christmas. The other period was when I did the video on Misanthropony with Cartoon She. It's been 3 months now, and I can still keep going for a bit. But after a while, it kind of wears down, and, you know, it's kind of a downer video to make. It's a downer video, so yeah.
Checking in on the artist, working on your sprites.
As you mentioned later on in this very video that your avatar sprites aren't completely finished.
Dude, Droid, I love Droid, but Droid has the memory of a goldfish. Those first sprites were done in like late March. It took her like 5 months to get 7 of them out. I'm not dissing her. She just never really remembered to continue doing them. Oh, you don't know about Misanthropony. Fucking hell. Fine. I did a video with Cartoon She about Misanthropony a while back. Like in March. But yeah, I just made this video because I felt like it. I felt compelled to do it. Like, the gods up above, they told me,
Blair, you have to make a video on these stupid fucking longoids. They're not going to stop unless you talk some sense into them. You must smack them in the face. You must make a video where you debunk their stupid arguments.
and, well, went in a beat. Fucking hell.
Taking a nap.
Taking a nap? I only started taking naps like this year.
Going outside.
Ah! Horrible! Sorry, they said going outside. That's kind of evil, you know? I don't really go outside. I'm kind of tame in the online, as you've likely noticed. Let's continue.
So, if you don't know my friend JXC, that big trans YouTuber that was in my Steven Universe.
Why was my voice so
Fucking monotone. I was really fucking monotone back then, guys. It was so awesome. I'm very monotone. I don't know how to emotionally inflect anything. My life force has been sucked out of me. It's been drained. I feel no joy in life.
What happened? I don't know what happened back then. No, that's not scarce. I wouldn't say that's scarce. I'd just say it's... I don't know. it's just so monotone.
First video.
Oh, so Jay is not only a friend of yours,
Oh, yeah.
but she's also collaborated with you on your channel.
And that doesn't really harm my points.
It's okay. I'm sure you will approach this in a completely unbiased way that tries to take all the complaints made and attempts to understand all the potential ways someone could.
But with
Let's go back a few frames. Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy. Oh, fuck. I dropped something. Apologies. Ah, shit. Well, listen, buddy. I have disagreed with Jay on quite a few things. If you remember, like, a year or 2 years ago, she had this really weird take on the 1960s Spider-Man comics. Where she criticized the dialogue. Like, there was a scene, the 1960s comics where Gwen Stacy gets fucking killed. She rather criticized the dialogue of that, and her views on how... Actually, I'm just gonna simplify this, because I speak in overwhelming verbosity. Fuck, that's actually an example of that, but... Her takes on how well media ages, I quite disagree with. I quite disagree with how she criticizes older media. She kind of operates... I could be wrong here, but she kind of operates on the fact that she doesn't really understand that media can kind of age, that standards back then are different from standards now. I think it's fair to criticize older media from standards of the past and standards of the present, but she kind of tends to act like the standards of the past don't really exist. Like in 1960s comics, all of the dialogue was fucking corny. That was kind of how... Oh yeah, I have a dog who howls. You might hear him in the background if you have an eagle ear. Oh shit. Fantastic. Well, yeah, she has a few bad takes. We all have bad takes. Let's just continue. I hope that my internet will still go. It's kind of storming around here right now.
But with the sheer level of bad faith arguments and blatant slander...
Bad faith arguments, as in everything I dedicate the video to. Blatant slander, such as referring to someone as a sexist because they made a video you don't like.
Never mind.
This isn't really an citation?
Favoritism!
Citation! Source! Citation needed! Source! Citation! Can you prove that? Can you prove that, buddy?
recently made
Just
a 5-hour critique of the 2 newest seasons of Doctor Who. It got a lot of support, but on places like Twitter where opposing beliefs on innocuous things go to die, it's gotten quite a bit of shit.
Well, it's good we have you, a friend of JXE.
Dude, I could fucking hate Jay's guts, and I would still make that point. Actually, I'm just gonna talk about this now. In my Neko Coda video, on my video on Neko Coda, I actually think I can pull this up. In my video on Neko Coda, I actually teased that I was working on this video, and this was back before the Fall of Doctor Who was really in major editing. Neko abysmal take on fucking hell. I don't have the Neko. Oh, I do have the Neko Coda video. It's somewhere around here. I'm just gonna go through my files. Desktop. I'm sorry, I came completely unprepared. I'm not Augie RFC, guys. Open shop projects. Yada yada yada. Yes, Neko Coda's abysmal take on Has-Been Hotel. Right here, this bad boy. This bad boy right here. So. Yeah, right here. I teased that I was making a video on the topic. And this was back in November of the prior year. I know he doesn't know this, and this doesn't really harm his argument, but this wasn't out of bias. I just think that the take that long criticism is inherently bad is very, very stupid. In fact, the original video was going to function as a defense of Mahler, and at the time, I hadn't seen a single Mahler video. And because I hadn't seen a single Mahler video, because I wasn't actually defending Mahler's content. I was defending the concept of Mahler's content, because there is nothing inherently wrong with a log form critique of anything. You get my drift? I intentionally avoided watching Mahler videos so I could prove that you can defend this without you can't defend it. Of course. The concept is not inherently good, nor is it inherently bad. It just inherently is. That was my initial point. And what happened was, after this, I sort of resurrected this old script from the dead and turned it into this abomination.
To explain why your friend JXE is actually in the right for doing such a thing.
She's not morally right. At the same time, she's not morally wrong. She just is. You can criticize the video. The video is not above criticism. You just can't criticize it because long. That's not a criticism. That's called being stupid.
JXE. The next part is Blair basically explaining the current state of the Doctor Who fandom. My favorite part is when they show the Rotten Tomatoes scores for Series 11 and uses that to boost their claim that the series was...
It's an example! It's a fucking example, buddy. It's an example because it's the quickest thing that shows that the series is divisive. Yes, I know the Rotten Tomatoes score for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who is really, really sussy. It's likely been bombarded. I just gotta be completely honest with you. I believe that the Rotten Tomatoes score for Series 11 and Series 12 has been bombarded. It's been review bombed. The rating is, the bombed rating is accurate. It is that bad. But it's been bombed. I'm not gonna deny that. But no, just the quickest example that shows one half of people absolutely adoring it, and the other half of people fucking despising it. It's really simple.
It's controversial, because it's not as if audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes or other websites that allow reviews independent from mainstream...
Who cares if I use Rotten Tomatoes? That doesn't disprove my point that the series is still controversial. Have you not been on Twitter in this fucking community? It's so fucking divisive.
Critics can be easily skewed if enough people cast their opinions there. Speaking of which, Mr. TARDIS does a great video explaining how sites like Rotten Tomatoes are not a good baseline for user metrics.
No, they are not good. It's not a good baseline for user metrics. I never said that it was a good baseline for user metrics. I used it as an example of some people liking it, of one half being positive and one half being negative. This video is rushed. It's not really a defense, but... come on. I don't know why opinions are in quotes either. I just go with it. Just go with it. Holy fuck, I'm only 2 minutes in, but this doesn't disprove that the series is controversial. It's the easiest example to show to normies who don't know anything about Doctor Who. I make videos about Star Wars, Has-Been Hotel, and Steven Universe. No one knows what the fuck a Doctor Who is. I have to explain it to these fucking normies. You get me? So, yeah. There is... I don't know, Kira. I do think he knows that it's controversial. It is controversial. You'd have to be fucking insane to say that isn't controversial. Pardon everything in the background. I haven't really... I literally had to look up how to live stream before coming here. This is kind of... Alright, let's just continue. controversial. That was the easiest metric to show that it was controversial. I'm not saying anything about Rotten Tomatoes being refutable. It's just an easy metric for normies. We're not talking about the Doctor Who... Well, actually, we are. Never mind.
Much less an actual consensus, as well as how those sites, among others, can be easily exploited by bad faith actors
Never say that word again.
as a way to prove their arguments. In fact, he even brings up Series 11's own
Ooh, whoopsie daisy.
metrics
never
from
mind.
that period to use as an example. I wonder why Blair doesn't mention any of this.
Because that's not the fucking point! The point is that it's controversial. I'm a broken record now. I am going completely fucking insane. How are we only 3 minutes through this shit? This goes for like 15 minutes. 15 full minutes. Oh fuck, I forgot to tell those fragment fools about I'm doing a funny. I forgot to tell them. Shit fuck balls. Link. Doing a funny. I told my friends that I'm doing a funny. Let's see how the promotion on Twitter is going when I said that I was doing a funny. Hey, easy buddy, don't report me to John Swan. Never mind. We don't talk about John Swan. Anyways, look at Diddy.
However, some of the people who enjoyed the era stopped being normal people. They enjoyed it too much to the point where they attribute all criticism, even good faith criticism, as toxic, hateful, and at times bigoted.
Okay, I don't know where you're getting these supposed claims from.
Do you want me to do a market study on... Yes, I should have provided citations that prove it. I should have provided citations, yes. I do think that the context segment of the video did lack me actually showing the context. I sort of just warbled the avatar in front of there. I could have cited my sources, but it was ultimately not integral to the point. Is the video bogged down by the fact that it didn't substantiate my claims? Yes. Should I have substantiated my claims? Yes, I should have. You got me there.
But as someone who watched Series 11 and 12, I for one am willing to admit that both of them did have issues.
That's because you're normal! You're a normal person! You're not insane! I'm talking about insane people. You are normal. I am criticizing the insane dweebs who can't take criticism. You're just a normal dweeb who can't take criticism.
Plot lines coming out of nowhere,
Thank you.
character beats forgotten as quickly as they are established.
Hey, that was when you left the J video. Was the hawking and reaching too much for you, buddy?
Clear continuity issues that, frankly, even
Yes, in this video I'll be targeting the bad faith responses when showing the good faith
the
arguments.
most popular TV shows of their time have. But at the same time, I'm willing to also admit when some arguments are very clearly bullshit.
This isn't about you. This is about... What does Theres call those fools? The toxic positives. Theres. If you know who Theres is, he's basically the Doctor Who... He's... He's basically the Doctor Who community's Keemstar. Because he reports the news, everybody hates him, and he always sits down in a chair. Pretend I didn't say that last part.
Such as the idea that the timeless children ruined canon.
It didn't ruin canon. It was just insulting and bad, and insulting and bad, and I am insulted. Thank you very much.
Because frankly, you can't ruin a canon when you have no canon.
I'm not gonna get into that. Maybe I'll get into that in a future video. Not now. It's not time. It's not the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wah wah. So essentially, when they see a 5-hour-long, well-constructed video...
You haven't seen the fucking video, you fool! Oh fuck, I probably busted my mic. What the fuck do you mean? Citation needed. You haven't seen it. I saw it. I fucking worked on it. I fucking worked on it, buddy. It got the Bland TV seal of approval. It got the stamp. It got the stamp. I watched the first 4 hours and I was like, I had to stamp it. I was like, okay. What the fuck did I sound like back then?
All right, so this I'm cool. This is a pretty good part of the critique. However, I think the point would be much better articulated if you acknowledge the possibility that Tim Shaw could return in Series 13.
And then that was added into the video. It's well constructed because I worked on it, buddy. And because I watched it. You can clearly see I watched it because... Do I need to prove that it's... I said it's well constructed, but... just fucking out. Actually, now that I go back on it, when I say well constructed, I think I mean that it had structure. It wasn't just some fucking neckbeard in the Japan's basement
Screaming about how Jodie Whittaker is responsible for white genocide.
It was just a video that constructed an argument and made that argument. It was well constructed because it actually was constructed. And let's be honest with you, the well for Doctor Who criticism is really, really, really bad. Like, really bad. Holy shit, it's bad. You know the people I'm talking about. Hell, I fucking name dropped them. I called out John the White and fucking Not My Fandom. Actually, no, I just gotta... We're veering off course, but I just gotta tell you about this. So, at the end of the video, I called out two names, John the White and Not My Fandom. Because they're lol cows. They're lol cows. And I knew if I called out these cows, they'd throw a hissy fit. And that's what happened. They threw a massive hissy fit, and I never responded to them. They got so fucking heated. It was so hilarious. Anyways, let's continue.
Video that has a premise that challenges their opinions. They get mad, and they attempt to disguise them.
I don't...
Like, we just can't...
What? I can't
handle other people's opinions by making arguments.
Oh man, the people who clicked off this video are so missing out on the irony.
The problem is that...
Am I just... Okay. Oh, the irony that I can't handle other people's opinions. I can handle their opinions, but they anger me. Well, they anger me. I can handle them. I don't go into fucking beast mode when I see them. But goddamn, when you see people acting stupid... at times you just wanna grab them and shake them and tell them you're fucking stupid. And so that's what I did. I spent 4 days doing that. John the White and John the Black. Fuck John the Yellow. Yes, hilarious. I'm going back down to 11 concurrent viewers. Still, though, he's 10 times my size. Suck on it, buddy.
That most of the people who are criticizing this video haven't seen the video in question.
Yeah, that tends to happen when someone chooses to write, record, edit, render, and upload a video that's about as long as your typical live stream. In fact, you don't even seem to include many arguments leveled by people who actually watch the video.
Because that's not what the video's about! You missed the entire fucking point! You can criticize the video. You can perfectly criticize the video. Hell, there are things that there are probably quite a few mistakes in that video. It's 5 hours of content. The video is not about good faith criticism. The video is not responding to good faith criticism. It is responding to fucking losers who throw a hissy fit when they see a 5. That's what the video was about. It's a defense of long criticism. It's a defense of long criticism, not a defense of the 5-hour video. The 5-hour video and the controversy surrounding it is just a single example of a larger problem that I talk about. That was what the conclusion of the video was about. Oh boy, I am a quarter way through my water, and only a third way through this video, so I'll probably make it.
Oh, nor do you seem to have any intent of doing so.
Yes, I'm not. You seem to have misunderstood. You seem to have misunderstood my point. I'm not here to defend the points made in the video. I'm here to defend the video's length. When you see an angry defense of JXC and long criticism, you expect to see a defense of JXC as a person who was labeled a sexist and long criticism, which was the entire fucking point. If I wanted to do a video analyzing all of the discourse that spawned from the video, actually no real discourse did spawn from that video. There actually was a plan to do a video on Doctor Who Flux. I teased it a while back. I'm horrible at keeping promises, as you all know. I teased the video, and essentially what happened was, well, oh shit, I am losing a lot of people. Oh shit, I fucking lost all my viewers. What the fuck happened? What'd I do? Did I get... Anyways, let's continue. So, yeah, if I wanted to defend the actual video, I would have. But it's not about the actual video. It's about everything surrounding long criticism. Oh, okay. MatPat just uploaded a video about Encanto. Please don't leave. And let's continue.
I wonder why.
Because that's not what the video's about. I'm not trying to paint all of the criticism towards this video as... Oh, fuck. I'm not trying to paint all of the criticism towards this video as that stuff. There are good criticisms. Do I make a point to say that? I gotta find the original file. Let's bookmark that. And let's get out the project file. Alright. So. April. January, November, October, September, August. There we go. There's the video file right there. And shaboomba. Shaboomba.
And they attempt to go on 20 opinion. The whole other problem is that most video is fundamentally with every point I make people's opinions by making arguments. The problem is that most of the people who are criticizing this video...
I see where I could have made that mistake. No, I couldn't have seen where he made that mistake. I made a point to say that this isn't criticism because I put it in fucking quotes. This isn't criticism, buddy. This is just yelling into an empty void.
Even good faith criticism as toxic, hateful, and
Alright, so here's the structure of the video. I go through the fandom history, poorly edited, of course. My editing has improved a lot since then. You just haven't gotten the chance to see it yet. So, I showed 2 Wojaks, because I love me some Wojaks. I love me some Wojaks. I got me Happy Wojak, and I got me Sad Boy Wojak. Sad Boy Wojak here is who I'm responding to. My opponent is the Soy Jack. And then I talk about crazy people.
normal people can now be categorized into 2 groups, people who like the new era and people like me.
Oh yeah, the Among Us joke. Among Us isn't funny anymore. It's all about Dr. Michael Morbius now, baby!
However, some of the people who enjoyed the era stopped being normal people.
They stopped being normal people.
They enjoyed it too much.
I explain that these people are irrational. And then I talk about these irrational people's arguments. I'm not talking about people who rationally challenge the video. There was this guy, well, I wouldn't call him rationally, called Jay. He said that he said that the Doctor was justified in sending the Master to the concentration camp in Spyfall Part 2 because the Master wouldn't be in too much shit because the Nazis had an Indian division. I wouldn't call that a measured response, but it was sure more measured than screaming. I have to be reserved. I can't use any of my bunk server words.
Every argument as to why this video is fundamentally bad.
Fundamentally bad, as in the length I could have specified there, is broken.
Is broken.
Wait, what did they just...
Every argument as to why this video is fundamentally bad, as in the length, like when I say I should have said conceptually bad. That was a mistake on my part. I should have said conceptually bad.
As to why this
and everything in between...
fundamentally bad.
Is broken.
Is broken.
I should have said conceptually bad. I did fuck up there. I will give them that.
Welp, you heard it here first, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Every single argument made against this one video, even those made by...
That's not the point I was making, even though my point was terribly worded. My point was that it was fundamentally bad. Not that there weren't issues, but fundamentals. We get down to fundamentals. Fundamentals like the length. Actually, fucking hell, all of the length criticisms correspond to all of the fundamental aspects of the critique. Like structure, like pacing, those are fundamentals. There are arguments that you can make against that video. I don't know what those arguments are, because I haven't seen this video in like a year, but you can argue against it.
By people that actually watched it is flawed and shouldn't be given the time of day.
You sound like Supersonic 1014.
This video right here is the last bastion of reasonable thought in the Doctor Who community, and anyone who says otherwise is a heretic.
Bro, you sound just like, he sounds just like us. It was a really mean comparison, but like, I watched like 24 hours of his videos last month, and his both of their inflections are like really similar, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward through a good chunk of this video
You what? You can't fucking do that to me, man. You can't fast forward through... If this video is so bad, why not just address the whole thing?
because a lot of the rebuttals to these criticisms are either basic common sense or just completely baseless.
Yes. Yes, complete common sense, because the people I'm responding to are irrational. I'm not attempting to paint these stupid people. I'm not trying to paint these stupid people as everyone who has ever criticized this video. That's not my point, buddy. My point was that these criticisms are bad, and yet they're fucking everywhere. That was my point. Ah, God. Remember, yeah, Kira, I said this earlier. There was, when we watched that one video of John's, and where he fucking said that shit about bismuth and lapis, and it got me so mad that I felt like I was about to pass out. That's happening again. This video is actually starting to take a toll on my physical health. My hands are shaking. I feel incredibly lightheaded. And I'm tired. This video is taking a toll on my physical health. If I die today, it's on you, buddy. And how much more do we have to go through this?
But that's only because many of these criticisms come across as pure strawman arguments that were very clearly cherry-picked for the sake of Blair's own obvious rebuttals.
You missed the point of the video, buddy. You know, fuck it. Let's skip all the way to the end. Let's skip my...
Many of which I will openly agree with.
To a point, which...
Also, I would like to
That's the point. The point of the video is that. What were my points again? It's been so long since I watched the video. The only video of mine I've rewatched. The only videos of mine I've rewatched are the Rick and Morty one, and Le Funny Universe Defend. So let's get this out of the way. A video this length cannot exist without being poorly structured. Yeah, that's fucking false. Why do you spend so much time hating something? The act of criticizing something, often you care more about it. There's positivity, yada yada yada. Some dipshit I actually found this tweet, but I was gonna make a response to it, like a full response video. I was gonna make a full response to it, but I fucking lost the tweet. I can find it. If it comes up, I'll find it. Just wait a second. Oh. So, let's get moving. Alright, so... By the way, I'm gonna upload this VOD onto my second channel. It'll be the first thing I've uploaded that's over an hour long, so that's cool. Alright, let's get going. It's gotta be around here. That's when the assets for the video started getting pooled. Those around the Has Been Hotel video. Yes, right here. Yada yada yada. Honestly, I can't believe I've done all this work just for some yada yada yada. Archives. When did this come out? Came out in June. So this was, yeah, right after my funny video about Has Been Hotel. 2 weeks after Alex. Right there, that was the concept tweet. We were just taking a little hiatus, folks. I'm literally Aiden right now. You guys don't know who Aiden is, do you? That Aiden Projects guy. He always takes like 15 years to gather what he's citing. Alright, so yeah, there's PewDiePie. Barack Obama. That was when I got followed by, right there, that's when I got followed by Lilith Lovett, yeah. I'm just going through my images file. Bunk was right. I need to have folders. Literally copying Bunk. Literally just copying Bunk. Anyone who live streams is a Bunk copy. I'm gonna bail if this doesn't work out. If this doesn't work out, I'm just gonna bail. I don't know when I took some of these images. That's the problem. Alright, so there we go. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry for the delay. I just have to find this tweet because I know he is going to shit on me for it. It's gonna be hilarious if it doesn't come up and I just wasted all of your time. Yada yada yada, yada yada yada, something. Doctor Who hasn't been good since it came back out. 4 hours 30 minutes. There is no bad episode of Steven Universe. Yeah, you kind of know you're wrong. Oh, that Macy drama. Real Zach Quinners know who Macy is. Yada yada yada.
imagine making a 5-hour video with something we've all heard before.
The final assets of the funny video, the Has Been Hotel video. Oh, there's Pie Man. What happened to that Pie Man fellow? I hope Pie Man's doing alright. I hope Pie Man didn't get into any hot water or anything. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Misanthropony. I don't know. Why is there so much misanthropony nonsense? You implement, yeah. I actually got into implement DMs once, like a year ago. We had a nice talk about copyright. And I am about to bail in 3. God. There's I think there's a blood vessel in my eye. And since my heart rate's kind of high, I can feel my eyeball. I can feel my heartbeat through my eye. And it is absolute cancer. I am done. I give up. I give up. Hello, Blue. You're just so busy. Back to work.
To point out that all of these criticisms have absolutely no receipts whatsoever.
That is fair. That is fair. Well, no, it isn't. The point wasn't to... This wasn't a common comeback style video. This was more a video to just rebut common arguments. I do think I could have rebutted the common arguments better. In Mueller's critique of Star Wars The Last Jedi, at the very end, he rampaged through a bunch of defenses of... And actually just Mueller's critique of The Last Jedi in general. He went through a bunch of defenses that he's seen online. He didn't have receipts, but the point still held up. Would the point have benefited from having receipts? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I wish I had done that. I was rather inexperienced back then, but... At the same time... Unless someone can No, that sounds like me defending using bad faith arguments. That sounds like me defending not using receipts. I'm not going to... I'm actually gonna just concede on this point, simply because I don't know what the fuck to say.
There's no tweets presented that could potentially back up the idea that these are actual attempted arguments being raised, and for all I know, Blair could just be making these complaints up.
Again, I mentioned that this was kind of salvaged from an old script. This is just what I've noticed. This was kind of just what I had noticed for the past, 9 months.
Again, without proven precedent, there's no way to know for sure.
That is fair. I do think that. It doesn't take away from it doesn't debunk my point, but it certainly takes away from my point. I do wish I had given a citation. These aren't straw man arguments, but it's very easy to see why someone would think that.
So as such, here are some highlights of these arguments. They're rebuttals.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Why is there 2 in the thumbnail? Because it's the sequel. It's the sequel to the original video.
Why spend so much time hating something? This is not a video made out of hate or spite. If you watch the video, you would understand this.
My god, my scripting was so childish. It's amazing people actually fucking liked my old content. It was really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fucking obvious they're not trying to criticize Doctor Who.
Hate and spite and criticism are 2 completely different things. I am criticizing you. I do not hate you. I am not doing this out of spite for you. I don't hate you, buddy. I just think your points are stupid. And I'm sorry for that comparison earlier. I thought it was funny. It wasn't.
Say, what was the title of the video again?
That doesn't disprove anything. The fall of Doctor Who, yes. It fell off, plus ratio. That doesn't mean that it's a hate video. It's a video criticizing something, and it's got the downfall of Doctor Who in it. because it fell off. It fell off. She's demonstrating that it fell off plus ratio. That doesn't automatically make it a hate video. I think a hate video would be... I'm not gonna... I used to know this. Hate and critique are two different things. Critique is forming actual arguments to explain why something is bad. And hate is just nonsensically spamming bullshit. Let's put this in lore terms. Criticism would be making a multi-hour video on why some YouTuber guy might not be the best individual. He might have done some things in the past, you know? And hate would be getting your entire fucking Twitter audience to raid his live stream. Of course, I digress. That would never happen.
Again, this bit right here is just Blair playing a clip from Jay's video.
Explaining that this isn't... Explaining her reasoning for doing so. She explains her reasoning for doing it, and I think that is a good rebuttal to... It's a hate video. If this were a hate video, why would someone... If this were a hate video, what... Actually, no. It's just used to back up the point, hey, this is someone who just wants to criticize the show because they just want to see it get better. They're not mercilessly shitting on it. This is someone... Listen, if you haven't noticed, I'm not good at debates at all. I'm not bunk. The point being made with the clip is that it's from someone. Fuck, I am frozen. I am fucking frozen. I'm sorry. This was completely impromptu. So let's continue. The point I was making by utilizing this was just that... Think, Blair, think. You gotta use your head here. This was a year ago. This is like a fucking year ago. Oh, excuse me, if I burped, that was probably... Let's have another... There we go, and... Why did I play that clip? Why did I play that clip again? Why did I play it? 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 Why did I play it?
Much time hating something. This is not a video made out of hate or spite. If you watch the video, you would understand this. Within the first 5 minutes, you can clearly hear her say...
Within the first... You clearly say that this was not... Hey, I'm not doing this out of hate, bud. Within the first 5 minutes, if you watch the video, you would understand that it's not a video made out of hate or spite. The introduction explains her reasoning for why she made that video. The only real thing you could do is argue that Jay is lying. She's lying. Lied to dream about the Minecraft 6 one. But you could argue that Jay's lying, but do you do that?
Where she claims that she's a fan of Doctor Who and her
Yes.
criticisms are made in good faith.
Yes.
But the thing Blair is forgetting here is that there
Jay could be lying!
are people who will make those very same claims only to regurgitate bigoted, racist, conspiratorial, and just outright misinformed views.
That is true. That is true. People do that. Or do they? I don't think... No, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. What we do here is go back. Right here. What was the clip I played?
Really, really want to see the show get better. And I think that spreading
Alright.
from a place of love, because I really, really want to see
It comes from a place of love.
of the show are, is the closest I can actually get to doing my part in.
Okay. Let's actually address this. They're not implying that Jay's a bigot. They're implying that the argument doesn't work because actual bigoted people have used the same argument. So I can't have used the exact same argument. Let's just name the dude. Bullstrick. You all know who Bullstrick is. If you don't know who Bullstrick is, thank God, I wish I was you. But anyways, the point is... The point is... Ooh, what is my point, actually? Yeah, if you can tell, I'm stuck here. I'm trying to weasel my way out. I'm like John Swan. I can weasel my way out of so much stuff. Anyways, I think people can use those arguments for bigoted reasons. But that's not the whole point. I think with my videos, my points don't really stand on their own. They're kind of supported by other points. Like, I think around here, I make the point that she actually criticizes storytelling techniques. Yes, I make this point right here.
In the description, individual episodes, individual arcs, individual concepts, each that have video essays dedicated to them of similar length. And if someone to make a...
Yes, I talk about how it's a storytelling critique. And I use that as well as that argument to support that fact. There is a problem in some of my scripts where where my points are kind of scattered around, and you kind of have to go on a scavenger hunt in order to piece them together. It's something that actually is in my next video. That is something that's the issue. So you gotta have a really strong conclusion, and I had no strong conclusion whatsoever. So yeah, my point was that it was a storytelling critique, and that it was a storytelling critique. I had already established. Fuck, this is actually a way simpler explanation for this. I figured it out. Eureka! My previous point was that it was a storytelling critique, and my next point was that it wasn't a storytelling critique made out of spite. That argument does not work on its own, I agree. But when used next to my other arguments,
which you conveniently leave out,
it makes much more sense. Let's continue, folks. I am out of this. We are out of it. We are out of the ditches, boys, girls, and everything in between, and everywhere else. We've got around half of this video left to go. Let's continue.
Now, does Jay do anything similar to that in this video?
You don't know, because you haven't seen it. And you're trying to argue!
Again, I don't know.
You don't know. Actually, hold on a second. I gotta do something. I gotta fucking do something. I am not going to make this video without doing this, okay? I have to do this. This is literally like required in order to make this video function. Hold on.
But the thing Blair is for missing do anything now.
Right here, buddy. Let's have a bit of fun.
What video? Again, I don't know.
Let's click the copy, undo. I am editing together a shitpost mid-video. I'm gonna upload this separately right before I upload the VOD, actually. Just because I feel like it. Yes, we are bringing in Hot Diggity Demon. Because this clip right here is just so fucking perfect. Yes, if you've seen this fucking video, you know what the joke I'm gonna make. If you've seen this video, you know the joke I'm going to make. Sorry, as you probably noticed, I probably have some kind of ADHD, because I am so easily distracted by shiny, moving things. Yes, you do. I am not playing it. Yes. Yes. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we got.
Now, does Jay do anything similar to that in this video? Again, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know! You don't know! You hear that? He says he doesn't know!
Let's actually cut that better. And we'll render this. No, we'll render it later. Let's continue. Again,
Now, does Jay do anything similar? But I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt based on what content I've actually seen from her.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. At least that argument is somewhat sane. Bro, I loved it when in Netflix Hoops is painfully unfunny, she started talking about the Great Replacement.
And?
These points have already been made before.
Yes, but are they all done
Yes,
in one
and they
spot?
aren't articulated upon to the extent that they can to give a comprehensive look.
Yep, there's no one who's already gone through these talking points before, especially no one that Jay has also collaborated with.
That's not my point, bozo buddy. These points are articulated on. Yes, they are. However, you forget the fact that you haven't seen the fucking video! You forget the fact that it's not just a critique of all of the episodes mashed together. There is an hour-long section dedicated to dissecting the companions. There is a 2-hour-long section dedicated to dissecting the Doctor. That hasn't been done before, buddy. That hasn't been fucking done before. And you should know this, even if you haven't seen the video, because I literally say right here, we're playing this clip again. Boom. Boom. It's not just an episode by episode critique. These are massive character analyses. These are analyses of the companions. Goes on for like analysis of the companions. Goes on for nearly an hour. Analyses of the Doctor. Goes on for an hour and 40 minutes. It's what the fuck's going on? Ah, I see. It's not just an episode by episode thing. So no, some of these points haven't been made before, buddy. And you would know this if you actually watched
The video!
Do the bare bones amount of research before this is anger inducing. It's so easy. Just dedicate 5 hours of your sweet time that you probably spent working on this and just do your research, maybe. Like, just do your research. You should know about the structure of the video. I don't see any 2-hour-long character analyses in Mr. TARDIS's playlist. I don't see any 2-hour-long character analyses in Stu McFull's playlist. I'm not acting like this is the end-all, be-all of Doctor Who discourse. I'm not acting like Jay came from above and said,
"Oi, this is everything we're gonna argue right here, mate."
I don't know. I know what she sounds like. I can do some YouTuber impressions. I can't do her, but my point is, you're wrong, buddy.
In the past. But sure, continue to metaphorically eat out your friend JXE, who
I was 15 when this came out. She's 22. Whoopsie daisy, buddy.
collaborated with you on a video.
If you seriously think that I made this video because of You Can't Defend, you are insane. You are insane if you think this is about You Can't Defend. You are completely insane. You know who else? You know who else helped out on You Can't Defend? Katunshi. And who gets shit, and who, at least back in 2021, he's sort of mellowed out, who got shit on bi-monthly by the cartoon community? That's right, Cartoonshi. I've never made a video on Cartoonshi because all of the arguments about him are while they are bad arguments, they don't make for an interesting topic. This isn't about Jay. This was because there was an interesting topic and I wanted to talk about it. It's a topic that had been in production for 9 months, 9 full months before that. I talked about in the Neko Koda video. It all goes back to Steven Universe.
This is so fucking desperate!
He does
People have made this video but shorter. Summarize your points and make this video shorter.
Wait, what's this? An actual honest criticism leveled towards the video?
This is also a bad criticism.
Clearly done by someone with good intent?
I actually can't tell you the backstory behind this. So I proof-watched the video. I proof-watched the video when it initially came out. And I went on this Doctor Who server. And I told them, hey, this person's making a 5-hour video on the newest seasons. It's gonna be crazy. And everyone just sort of had a massive hissy fit over it. It was rather lame. And, well, yeah, that was where the point came from.
Let's see how Blair TV, friend of JXE,
The fact that I'm friends with her does nothing! And I repeat, nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing! To harm my points. This is a literal ad hom. It's an ad hom. My arguments are bad. Well, is it an ad hom? I'm probably mixing it up with something else. My arguments are bad because I am affiliated with the person I'm defending. Oh boy, this is a mess.
and who collaborated with
The series is done purely for fun and point out some flaws in SU logic, not for anything malicious or defaming intentions. Funny.
them on a video, responds.
Yan does it touch on his many points?
It doesn't.
Does it go as in depth on its criticisms? And are they ignored because people make up bullshit excuses to weasel their way around them?
It's a more comprehensive video. Being more it's a more comprehensive video. It's a more comprehensive video. There are so many counter arguments. I actually spoke to Jay when the newest season of Doctor Who came out. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it. That's classified information. That's classified information, ladies and gentlemen. You almost got me.
So, not only do they completely miss the point of that argument,
Making more
but they also start having a stroke in the process.
But hey, that's... Buddy, bozo.
Yan does it touch on his many points?
Favoritism! I think the most embarrassing...
I got you again, buddy. You cut off halfway into my point. You cut off halfway into the point, buddy. Let's get going.
I was told.
Where the fuck is this? Where's the point? I haven't seen this video in a long time. Yada yada yada.
And are they ignored because people
Right here, he cut out the second half of my argument, which explains the first half. You can't fuck this up, bozo.
The purpose of the video is not only to outline the flaws, but to quell discourse.
Flaws, but to quell discourse. Yes, and to quell discourse means sourcing a bunch of counter-arguments, going through a bunch of counter-arguments, and incorporating them into the video. My next video, I studied a bunch of counter-arguments. I fucking debated people on this topic. Literally copying bunk. Anyone who live streams anything ever is a bunk copy. But I debated people on the topic. I went through dozens and dozens and dozens of moronic counter-arguments. Actually, no, I did the same thing for You Can't Defend. If you want to make a video on something, you gotta... If you want to make a video on something that's rather comprehensive, you gotta incorporate all of those counter-arguments in. And if you incorporate all those counter-arguments in with the intent of responding to all of them, it's gonna be a bit longer than you might want it to be, you know?
On the second point,
I literally said that they're different points, you... We're halfway through. He's probably gonna shit on me for my implement fixation. I'll give you that. That shit was cringe.
yeah, and does it touch on his
Era. Oh, even saying they don't like the Chibnall era, and Blair fucking derides them for it. Sometimes they show an actual receipt criticizing Jay's video, even saying they don't like the Chibnall era, and Blair fucking derides them for it.
It's almost as if, despite them disliking the Chibnall era, that criticism of Jay's video was bad. Most of the people I spoke to about the topic... Actually, hold on, I'm gonna... As previously mentioned, I got into a server argument about the topic. In fact, I supplied Jay with a fuck ton of receipts about the situation, but a lot of the people I spoke to didn't like the Chibnall era. And despite that, the criticisms of the video are still wrong. You can dislike the era without...
How fucking delusional do you have to be, not only to defend Jay's video, but actively insult the exact kind of people who would be willing to watch Jay's video if it were shorter?
Because their points are still bad! And it's a defense of long criticism. And I am defending long criticism. And I am defending long criticism. I'm showing receipts. That was my best example. Was it my best example? I had a couple other. It's a bad take. My point is to respond to that bad take. The one example I had was from someone who agreed with the take. That still doesn't mean that I can't criticize them for having a bad take. People can be ideologically on... People can have the same ideals, but disagree on rather small things on things in those ideals. Just look at Twitch politics. All those guys are fucking leftists, and they never stop fighting over bullshit.
I mean, criminy, did you even read this tweet past
I did.
the first sentence before taking the screenshot?
I read the whole tweet. I edited the video. That was a receipt. It wasn't a direct response. It was just showing an example of people saying it.
Oh, who am I kidding? You clearly didn't.
I did. I edited the video. How could I have not read it? But criminy. Oh shit, he's American. No, this whole time I thought he was British. I literally thought he was British for like an entire year. I was expecting some Brit bonger to argue with some Brit bonger. No, he's just American. Fucking hell, we've been going for nearly an hour and a half, ladies and gentlemen. I need a moment to just rest. Green light on geek. What the hell's going on? I just need a moment, okay? I'm alright. My health isn't in massive jeopardy. When you scream about stuff, when you scream about innocuous bullshit after a while, you just gotta gather yourself. I've never actually streamed. The longest I streamed was the Among Us game and the Shell Shocker shit. And oh boy. I lost it.
Sentence before
Living in an echo chamber.
yes, and if you just so happen you didn't.
If you seriously believe everyone who didn't like something you liked is a sexist, then you are living in an echo chamber.
Yes, and if you just so happen to regurgitate straw man arguments in an absurdly weak attempt at
This was the regurgitate straw man arguments. I should have clarified my research process. I did the same thing in You Can't Defend. In You Can't Defend, I pulled together Kiro's in the chat, he helped write it. We pulled together a bunch of different defenses of Steven Universe's finale that we found all over the web. Some of them were from videos, some of them were from Reddit comments, YouTube comments, everything. And we pulled them together from least impactful to most impactful. That's what I did here. Oh shit, yeah. I have an entirely I've been conserving my water and I forgot that I have more water. How silly of me. Let's continue. Yeah, we pulled together a bunch of different arguments and we organized them from least important to most important. And I did the same thing here, but I did not expect the video to take off as much as it did. I just sort of made it because I wanted to rant. I just wanted to rant about stuff. It was mainly just intended for my own viewers, and for my own viewers, it's just like gonna be like a treat video while you waited for You Can't Defend Part 2, which got scrapped, and Supersonic 1014 documentary. And well, it blew up. I really should have clarified my process. If I ever do a video where I go over a bunch of different counter arguments, I will probably do the exact same thing.
defending someone you are actual friends and collaborators with, and also try to defend that friend and collaborator by saying everyone making complaints about her video hasn't actually seen that video, and
That wasn't my point! That wasn't my point! That right there is a straw man argument! That right there was a straw man argument. So, let's... My point was that all of the crazy people, I made it a point to distinguish the normies from the crazy people. The normies from the crazy people. And the crazy people who we're responding to. And surprise, surprise, most of the crazy people who freak out over criticism don't like engaging with it. So it's a lot, and most people criticizing it. Actually, hold on. When I started research this, when I started coming up with the idea of the video wasn't even out. At least not fully. It was a premiere. It wasn't even out, and people were lambasting it on Twitter. So yeah, a good many of the people complaining haven't seen the video. A good many of them have admitted to not seeing the video. I could have sourced my arguments, yes. I was on a time constraint. I really wish I had sourced my arguments. I hate this video, by the way. I do not like the video I made. I think it could have been done much better. It could have been done much better, and I will agree that I could have sourced a lot of my points.
thus doesn't have any right to criticize, you also might live in an echo chamber as well.
I criticize Jay when she makes bad takes. She doesn't make bad takes often, but she has done it every so often. And hey, when I'm there, I do it.
Second of all, Jay.
Oh, this point. This is the one part of the video I kind of seen. I kind of get his point there. This point was fucking horrible. Like, it was a horrible point. Hell, I actually talk about that in the next... I actually talk about that in the next video. There's an offhand line about it. I'm actually going to read that clip from it. Yada 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 yada. Alright, here's a sneak peek, buddy. Here's a sneak peek, buddy. My god, there's just so much shit here. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna read out what I said about in the next video. But here in the audience community. Details. The script is so long. That part hasn't been edited yet. Edit. Find and replace white. Yeah, there we are. Next. Yeah, here's what I said. I bet a few of my viewers didn't notice the problem with this point. Fun fact, trans women can be misogynists and transphobes. Just ask Blair White. Yeah, that was the line. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love that line. It's so funny. I spoiled it, though.
Exie is a trans woman.
This line is being sexist. I know what you're trying to say, Blair, but what the actual fuck are you doing? This is a horrible point. I'm gonna let him rip the shit out of this because it's a horrible point. Oh, goodness.
We're really
me.
doing this now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, buddy. I'm so sorry. Also, I don't want to... I'm not gonna...
Okay, I'm gonna give a content warning for this bit.
Content
If you find yourself
warning!
uncomfortable over stuff like mentions of abuse or trauma, as well as the topic of gender dysphoria in general,
What?
the time code is...
What? Oh, goodness me! Oh, goodness me! He is going all out on this point. Okay. I fell into a really bad trap, and you can absolutely just mercilessly shit on me for that. Holy shit, that was a stupid thing I said. So let's hear this guy shit on me for a bit. I've shit on him enough. Let's hear him.
setting up a precedent for said points. Buck Angel is probably one of the most famous/infamous examples of transgender people. He's
Oh, he's trans? Oh, man, that's cool.
notably featured on many mainstream programs in the early 2000s, giving awareness to the existence of transgender people and gender dysphoria.
But let me guess, he did a goofy, he did a funny, he said some really bad stuff.
Now, you're probably asking, okay, nothing really wrong here,
No, I'm asking, when are you gonna get to the point? Because we all know where the point's going.
so why'd you list him as an infamous example?
Because he said stuff. He's a Blair White.
Well, you see, Angel is a notable supporter of transmedicalism.
Ah! Damn! Why'd it have to end like that? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
That you have to have actually experienced gender dysphoria, the feeling that your biological sex contradicts your gender identity, to be considered transgender. Again, you're probably asking, this seems perfectly fine on the surface.
No, it isn't.
What's the actual problem here, and what's the point you're trying to make?
The point you're trying to make is that some trans people can still argue for bad things. Literally, you could have just said, you literally could have just shown a picture of Blair White, and it would have fucking annihilated me, and it would have been hilarious.
Well, that's just it. It sounds fine on a surface level.
It doesn't.
It's only when you dig into it that the issues arise.
Ah, he's fading to black. I am going to get shit on here.
Basically, transmedicalism effectively invalidates any non-binary identity, as well as those experiencing gender...
Oh man, that means bunk won't exist. Why am I doing this? Let's just listen and continue.
euphoria, the joy experienced when one's gender identity is
It's
affirmed.
validated, yeah.
Not only that, but transmedicalism also carries a sort of holier-than-thou attitude.
It really does.
Effectively believing that you have to have experienced gender dysphoria and all the suffering and bigotry it comes with
It's not fine because of what he's saying here. I agree with this point completely.
in order to be considered a real transgender person.
You know, for a cis guy, you did a pretty good job arguing this point. You did your research. It's a shame you couldn't have done your research when actually talking about what we're talking about.
In other words, it's basically the trans equivalent of saying you're a true fan.
I'm not gonna have. What would they even be transitioning? They would be transitioning into a gender that's not male or female.
So, why do I bring all this up? Simple.
Simple.
Being transgender does not shield you from criticism or even potential bigotry on your part.
Actually, my point was that she was a woman. My point was that she was a woman. I said trans just because people probably didn't know. But yeah, my point... You almost got it. You almost got it. But my point's that she's a woman. But yes, women can be sexist. Marjorie Taylor Greene, actually, I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm not that political of a person. The most political shit I do is just I listen to Bunk and Aiden projects nonsensically ramble about political jargon for like 3 hours every day. But aside from that, I'm not a political person. At least not yet. Political videos will come. They will come. Don't worry.
Similarly, just because you claim to be a fan of something, regardless of past evidence, that is also not to be used as a defense for that same criticism.
This point, I already debunked this point. We already did this. I win, you lose. Bye-bye. Wait until this buddy... I don't want to sound condescending. Bro, being non-binary doesn't mean you get custom genital... I'm not gonna touch that. It's a really complex thing. And I'm tired, and I was not equipped to have a massive debate about non-binary genders while talking about funny Doctor Who. No. I understand you're not trying to be offensive. I'm not upset by it. I would love to explain it, but I can't even. It takes me a while for my neurons to make a point about Doctor Who. So if I have this debate here and now, I'm probably gonna get some information wrong, and I would just hate to spread misinformation about the topic.
Even if said criticism is made in good faith, because there do exist bad faith people who will actively use those very same defenses to spread their lies and misinformation.
The biggest problem with my video was the fact that I didn't cite my sources. I did say that Jay... No! You almost got me. You almost got me to concede right there. But it just hit me. It hit me like a train. No. Don't apologize. It's perfectly fine. But it hit me like a train. God damn it. It hit me like a train. I'm just repeating that because, well, you have not seen the video. I explain that there is good faith criticism in the video. I point to examples of it, albeit I could have done a better job at that. I do point to examples. The argument exists in tandem with the examples. Again, you gotta play scavenger hunt with my videos. They're weird. It was a developmental stage. I've ironed out all the kinks. We fixed everything. But my point is, and yes, this is my brainstorming process for making videos. It takes me a while to get the exact words I'm trying to say. My point is, I've seen the video. I tell you what's in the video, and I tell you the intent behind the video. You have not seen the video. All you know is the intent behind the video. Seeing the video and knowing the intent behind the video is how the point actually functions. You can't rebut my video if you have... Actually, No. No, 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 no. You can rebut my video without having seen it, because the original draft of the video was a defense of Mahler, despite the fact that I haven't seen a Mahler video. I'm stuck here. Again. Whew. I'm not gonna stop until this entire video has been intricately dissected. So, let's continue. Let's continue. I had the point. I literally said it earlier, but I just forgot. I'm goldfish brained. These are the kind of people I'm referring to. Yes, yes, yes. Knowing what's in the video, which I explained that the video is a good faith critique. I explained that the video is a good faith critique that talks about storytelling concepts, and I explained the intent behind the video. And well, yes, that intent has been used to justify actual bigoted content. But this isn't bigoted content. I tried to explain this to you, and you would know if you actually did your research. You did your research when making a point about True Scum. You did your research when making a point about True Scum, which, holy shit, annihilated me. You had me really good. But you didn't do your research on the base premise of the video. You didn't do your research on the base fucking premise of the video.
And when those
Yes, right there, Rita. He literally skipped that part of the video.
good faith people try to defend themselves in the same fashion, don't be surprised when they're considered no different from the bad actors. Use those very same defenses to spread their lies and misinformation. And when those good faith people try to defend themselves in the same fashion, don't be surprised when they're considered no different from the bad actors.
This is stupid. And allow me to explain why. So, this evil white supremacist says,
Hey, I am trying to spread good faith criticism.
and then he spouts a bunch of white supremacist rhetoric. Meanwhile, this hilariously intelligent YouTube critic says,
Oh, mate, I'm trying to spread good faith criticism.
and then they actually spread good faith criticism. Yes. One is telling the truth in that defense, and the other is lying. Oh, you're gonna experience some buffering, folks. Apologies. He's lying. Lying. Congratulations, people who spread misinformation tend to lie. So many liars say, you can trust me. But that doesn't mean that every trustworthy person saying, you can trust me, is automatically going, it automatically means that you can go, this person. I do agree that it's an empty statement on its own. But you can't automatically assume that someone is spreading literal bigoted lies just because they use the same defense as someone who spreads bigoted lies. When the people spreading the bigoted lies are lying when using the defense. They're not using the defense. They're co-opting it for their own ideals. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It sounds like gibberish to me. I hope it makes sense to you. This is why I never go live, because I'm not good at argumentation without a prepared script. Hell, a lot of my tweets spend quite a while in the drafts. Just because of that very fact. Let's continue though.
Look at this dumbass. They literally can't comprehend the fact that Jay is trans.
Really? Because it looks more like that person can't comprehend. why a trans person, regardless of their gender identity, would make a 5-hour-long video complaining about Doctor Who.
What? That's not why. That's not why. They said, why the fuck? If you can read the tweet is very clearly displayed right there for you. They can't comprehend that a woman is criticizing a piece of media with a woman in it. Not the fact that someone would make a 5-hour video, but the fact that they're making a long-form critique of a piece of media with a woman in it. That... Oh shit, I'm getting kind of hungry. That is why they are confused. It's very easy to break this interaction down. It's very easy to break this interaction down. Someone can't comprehend that a woman is criticizing something that has a woman in it. That is their point. Not the fact that they can't comprehend that otherwise they wouldn't have reacted this way when told that the creator is trans. People... Oh my god! A trans person made a 5-hour video! That's insanity! That's fucking insane! I don't know what's going on anymore! Dogs and cats are living together! Like, no! That's not the point. That's not what they're confused over.
I can see now why throughout most of this video you don't include receipts or any other proof in the form of screenshots, because the ones you do have...
Pushing... Go back. She's trying to push in a... Alright, now I hate you. Now I hate you. I said I didn't hate you earlier. I'm mad. I'm genuinely fucking mad now. Okay, so if you don't know what an NMD is essentially all those people I was talking about earlier. People who use who co-opt the act of criticizing Doctor Who as a means to spread bigoted falsehoods about minorities. People like Bullstrick, Nerderotic, John the White, all of those other people who I can't name. And you're directly comparing me to them by pushing an agenda. You're directly... Now, I'm not saying you're implying that I'm a bigot. I don't think you're doing that at all. I think what you're trying to say is that just like them, I am omitting key information to push an agenda, which is exactly what they do. I'm more mad about the comparison than the point, actually. So yeah, I guess we're even now, because I compared your voice to Supersonic 1014. I guess we're even now, but let's continue. Let's continue. I should have detailed my process. Yes, I really should have, but... I really should have detailed my process. I really should have detailed that this was more about long criticism than Jay's video, and that this was just a singular example. No! I do that as the conclusion! That's in the conclusion! I told you, my older videos, since I was a heavy implement nut, and implement is kinda weird with structure at times. He's weird with structure in his commentary videos, not his documentaries. He's kind of weird with structure. So, the points are scattered. You gotta do a scavenger hunt in order to piece together what you're actually saying. That's why I'm putting more work into my conclusions now, because I was really bad at that. Excuse me again. Yeah, my point is that these arguments are everywhere. I could have given citations, yes. The problem is, she's only reading into the parts that she's willing to see that it could fit into her argument. I could have... Let's actually go back on this. So let's go through receipts. I display my arguments through a title card. No. It's because I'm arguing against the sentiment. I will admit this, I should have provided receipts, and I really wish, if I could go back on this video, I would have put more time into providing receipts. I make a point that it's very rushed, but that does not excuse how I kind of fumbled it. At the same time, I'm more attacking a sentiment than the argument in question. Than people in question. I really wish I had gone after the sentiment, though. No, I really wish I had actually displayed people using the sentiment. Like, for instance, I provide a bunch of receipts when I talk about the harassment sections. Like, holy shit, I provide a bunch of them. Oh yes, this is cartoon-y thing. I love it. I need to bring that back, but likewise. If I respond to specific people, I would have been called petty. I was called that earlier. I do think I should have responded to specific people. Or I should have done what I did in the introduction to You Can't Defend, and explain how I got all of my arguments. I should have done that.
Because the ones you do have are a bunch of pseudonyms.
These people.
And antithetical to your own fucking argument. Because the ones you do have are completely antithetical to your own fucking arguments. And here's where we get to the biggest issue.
If anything, you should be mad at the writer, Chris Chibnall. He's the one including the stuff Jay is talking about.
Oh my god.
This was a joke! It was a fucking joke!
That is literally
a joke. Yes, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a funny. It's a goof. It was for gaffes. It was for laughs. It was a goof. You could hear the...
As previously stated, I never spoke in any form of vocal inflection. I sounded incredibly miserable the whole time. I felt... But then, when I actually started to make jokes, why do you hate women, Chris? What's your problem with women, Chris?
I changed my tone. I get not piecing this together if I were to make like a... I get not piecing this together if I were to make like a tweet about it. But I literally changed my fucking inflection when saying this. It was a joke. It was obviously a joke. Okay. Who here has seen the video and knew that this point right there was not meant to be taken seriously? It was meant to be a joke. It was very... Congratulations. Oh, okay. Oh. Speaking of which, I got some epic commentary drama that I'm gonna have to insert myself in after this whole thing. Nice one.
the exact same flimsy fucking argument that the Not My Doctor crowd has made.
It's a joke! It's not an argument! It's a joke! It's a joke! It's obviously a joke! This isn't an... I changed my tone. The editing gets really, really confrontational. It's a joke. I'm not implying that the writer of series 11 and 12 Doctor Who hates women. It's a goof. It's for gaffes. what my point is, not only was it a joke, my point was also, if you seriously want to get mad over this, if you seriously want to get mad over it, fuck, well, what was my point? The second half of that was a joke, but the first half, I think it was meant to be taken more seriously. So let's go back on it.
Do it better. If anything, you should be mad at the writer, Chris Chibnall. He's the one including the stuff Jay is talking about.
My point... Hold on.
Thing you should be mad at the showcase how it fails at coherently conveying what is the woman point out. Literally all Jay's video does is point out stuff that happens in the show and showcase how it fails at coherently conveying what it is conveying by comparing it to both hypothetical and actual examples of how to do it better. If anything, you should be mad at the writer.
You can hear that I changed my take. You can hear that I changed my tone. So. The joke was, hey, if you're so mad about someone making a 5-hour video on a piece of media with a woman in it, maybe you should get mad at the people who made the woman's show so bad that someone had to make a 5-hour video on it. It's not an actual argument. It's just me being an asshole, 'cause it's funny.
Yeah, it's just Chris writing the whole of Doctor Who Series 11 and
It was a joke.
12. Absolutely no one else wrote. It was just...
I don't know, I see a lot of Chris Chibnall. Those guys are probably his pseudonyms, his pen names. Chris Chibnall, yeah, it's all him. He literally cloned himself in order to write Rosa. It's totally a conspiracy.
Chris under a bunch of pseudonyms.
Yes, just what I said. It's him under a bunch of pseudonyms. Finally, you're starting to make sense. See, he's under a bunch of pseudonyms. It's not real. They're not real. You think these people are real? They're all fake. They're all skinwalkers. They're all fake. Oh my god, I am going insane. I can't use my bunk server dialect because when Harley TBS did that, they got kind of flamed.
These people cannot tolerate any sort of opposing viewpoint that even slightly goes out of their comfort zone.
Look who's fucking talking!
If I wasn't able to tolerate it, why would I... If I wasn't able to tolerate it, why... Okay, let's talk about... There's a difference between crying over a different viewpoint and attempting to accurately deconstruct the arguments. When I made a video on You Can't Defend, when I made a video about Steven Universe's finale, I did not think that the people making these arguments were people who can't take criticism. I just think that they're people who make flawed points. These people are people that go completely nuts whenever they see a video that they disagree with. I'm gonna pause right here for a second. Yada yada yada. He's gonna talk about how I kind of fucked up. No, he did not. Let's continue.
Also, I especially would like to facepalm at Blair's proof here.
No one's...
Let me just read out the entire thread here to help you come to your own conclusion.
Here we go.
No one's attacking you as a person, though. We're just tired of your constant negativity for something we like/love.
Boom. They're mad because someone is negative around something they like. That's literally my point. That's literally my point. Like, you can... They started schizoing out. Oh, I said the funny. They started... fucking hell. They started schizoing out because of this.
Don't you ever get tired? I've been called obsessive, deranged, misogynistic.
The voice he's doing for Jay really highlights this.
Sad, lonely, etc. This comes from people who have not watched my content and are reacting to the length of my video.
Yes, which is a bad argument. Hey, that's cool.
I have an interest in deconstructing the ways in which things don't work. You are shaming me for that currently. How is it not a...
Yeah, buddy, this is what he does. Yeah, buddy. Hey, I have some advice. If you wanna make the viewer come to their own conclusion, maybe don't make one side sound like completely sensical
and do a very, very entitled, irrational, stupid voice
for the other one. You get my drift? You get my drift, buddy? Yeah, I bet you get my drift. Alright, there is a fuck ton, and I mean a fuck ton of, there's a fuck ton of voice work in my next video. And I try, and despite the fact that there are clearly people who I dislike, well, actually just one person, I try to give them a normal voice. I try to get, unless it's for a joke, I try to give them a normal voice. Well, I don't give them a normal voice. I try to, since I'm kind of an impressionist, I'm kind of getting there. I try to mimic inflections, but I try not to outright ridicule someone when reading it. I try to, essentially try to make the person come to their own fucking conclusions about the interaction. Well, in the same way they do. I play the interaction, they come to their own conclusions, I say, hey, this is what I think about that.
Take 5...
You're getting all my secrets. You're getting all my nuclear secrets, buddy. Are you happy?
5+ hours talking about something you don't even like.
Because they like the act of critiquing, they have an interest... Because they literally just explained. They like the act of deconstructing things. They like the act of deconstructing things. I like deconstructing things. If I truly just flat out hated Change Your Mind, I would not have made a 48-minute video on it. I made a 48-minute video on it because I like the act of dissecting things. There comes a time in all forms of media critique where you can clearly see that the creator enjoys the act of critiquing media more than they hate the media in question that they're critiquing. I wouldn't call it obsessive. I would just call it a hobby. Could have been anything. Hell, Jay has a bunch of videos in store for y'all. I'm kind of... This classified info, I'm not leaking any specifics. Yeah, she likes it, but just dislikes the current era, and she likes deconstructing things. Deconstructing things is fun. I like deconstructing things too. I deconstruct things I dislike, like Steven Universe. I deconstruct things I like Rick and Morty. It's just the art of media critique, buddy.
Please, explain. Yeah, Jay, explain to the class how it isn't obsessive to make an over 5-hour-long video that only exists to criticize something.
Because they like the act of critiquing more than they hate the piece of media in question. You would know this if you actually watch the video. I pulled one example, but there are multiple other examples of this fact in there. Deconstruct John Swan. I was going to. It was on the list. But let's just say all of those Bunk and Aiden, they did a way better job at deconstructing John Swan, so I kinda just gotta sit here. Wait, oh shit. Oh no, please tell me my editing software isn't about to crash.
Oh, you're not gonna do that? Okay then.
What do you mean? I literally I didn't include her response to it.
Oh, you're not going to explain?
You could have just hunted down the tweet. I tried to censor the people's identity, but it's very easy to hunt these people down. You could have just hunted down the tweet, looked at the replies, and showcased how she explained it. But you didn't fucking do that. You act as if she didn't have an explanation because I cropped it in a very specific way. I cropped it because the whole interaction was not the point. Just this. The hypocrisy. the schizoing out.
Oh, you're not gonna do that? Okay then.
Bro, that has to be the weirdest cut to credits I've ever seen. How much longer does this shit have?
I'm not even gonna finish the rest of this response either, because
I'm not even gonna finish the rest of the response either.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everything. Everything. I hate all of this, I swear to fucking God.
I'm not even gonna finish.
I swear to God. That is actually really infuriating.
the rest of it is just sad. Sad and disappointing on the likes of the fandom menace. Blair TV constantly, throughout the video, acts like the fandom is the problem.
I don't act like the fandom is the problem. Actually, I skipped over that part.
Sad and disappointing on a level I've never seen outside the likes of the fandom menace. Blair TV constantly, throughout the video, acts like the fandom is the problem.
I don't. I act like the crazy people are the problem, because crazy people are problems. This isn't about the entire fandom. This isn't about everyone who's criticized the video. This is about a subset of people that pissed me off to the point where I decided, hey, maybe I'll make a video on this. That's it. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll make a video on this. It was constant flipping back and forth. Am I going to make a video on this? Am I not going to make a video on this? It was constant flipping back and forth. I think I have ADHD again.
And Jay is the solution.
No, what I was doing in the video was saying, your arguments suck ass. Watch the video. Long criticism is not inherently bad. That was the whole point. Also, the fandom, I talk about how the fandom schizos. What even was the point of my conclusion? Actually, also the fandom just schizoing out over the whole thing. Alright, we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen.
Calculated with any sort of nuance to block you show support for your girlfriend video. It happens to people, but when it doesn't, and how
My God, I was so bad at sounding angry. I can actually sound angry now. If you watched my collaboration with Cartoon, she probably heard how angry I got when talking about Misanthrope.
community does house a lot of some of them cannot tolerate any sort of opposing viewpoint is articulated with any sort of nuance will prepare to be labeled as sexist because some dipshits who hate this era because it has a woman in it suddenly means every person who dislikes the era hates it because it has a woman.
Yes, these people don't make the point to make a distinction between the two, whereas I make the distinction between normies and crazy people, and I say I'm only talking about the crazy people.
If Jay asks a simple question, well, that's toxic.
Hey, I have a question. Why didn't you... Oh, yeah, I cropped it weird, yeah. Hey, buddy, why didn't you use this interaction right here? Why didn't you use this interaction right here?
Toxicity.
Actually, no, that's fine. He probably can't.
Jay.
You probably can't. He probably did concede to this argument in the script. I'm not gonna hold that against him.
Equals NMD. If Jay explains she has ADHD.
Oh yeah, the cartoon chief fan was strangling Misanthrope. Damn, I wanted her. That was weird.
and this is hyperfixation. Well, fuck that too.
That was her response! Right there! Right there! That was her response! You act like she didn't respond, and then I literally show you her response. You fool.
We police how you express your neurodivergency.
God, it sounds like either old implement or nemesis.
Did you know that Jay...
Alright, we got... the Kit Robinson point. Yeah, that Kit Robinson point, that fucking nailed it home. These people are delusional.
I'm not gonna act like the fandom is perfect, but I'm not gonna say Jay is the second coming either.
Neither am I saying that.
In short, this response is a clear attempt to show favoritism towards Jay, and forgoing any attempt of being unbiased in order to try and make Jay's video look good.
Bro, this video wasn't designed for that.
By painting said videos, and Jay's, detractors, as people who didn't bother watching, and
No, I'm only talking about the people who didn't bother watching it, buddy. Did you not watch the video that you're responding to? I have to assume you did, because you edited the whole thing.
In less than a day, mind you. Granted, I am incredibly jealous. I wish I could edit 15 minutes a day. But at the very same time, you clearly rushed this video, much like I rushed my video. Your video is filled with a bunch of bad points. This is one of these bad points. The entire point of the video hinges on you not understanding the context I gave. And granted, I could have worded it better, but it wasn't so incomprehensible. It wasn't so if it was completely incomprehensible. If the context was... Actually, I can't even say that, because there are some videos out there that have boatloads of support that don't really hold up to scrutiny. Ha! You thought I was gonna... No, I'm talking about this video about Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. It was horrible, and it got a bunch of support. I really wish I could deconstruct it.
just wanted a reason to complain. Hypocrisy, thy name is Blair TV. Because the points they make are incredibly weak, any real arguments that could be leveled are completely ignored, most of the rebuttals are either common sense or baseless conspiracies.
Common sense... Most of the rebuttals are common sense. The point is that people aren't acting... Look, buddy. This video would have benefited a lot better with more time in the oven, but I simply didn't have enough time for that. I do wish I had tackled more about... I'm actually going to think about this for a second. I'm going to think about how to respond to this, because I do not want to excuse my... I do not want to excuse the problems I had, the mistakes I made with, oh, well, I wasn't really thinking. I didn't have enough time to think about that. I'm not going to do that. My point is... The video would have benefited tremendously from receipts. The points still hold up because they're common sense, as you said. But I think if I showed those receipts... No. Because even if I showed those receipts, you still would have called it cherry-picked. It still would have been a problem, although it would have been less of a problem. Again, I'm tackling the sentimentality that I witnessed over 5 months. Listen, this video is really bad. My video is really bad. I really could have done so much better on it. And you do almost make a few points that demonstrate, and you do almost make a few points that kind of demonstrate issues with it. But it's like every chance you get, you just fumble it. You fumble it hard.
Hell, the whole video comes across as conspiratorial against Jay herself. All this video does is effectively cement Jay and Blair TV as no different from the Not My Doctor crowd.
Go fuck yourself. So, let's repeat that again.
Cement Jay and Blair TV as no different from the Not My Doctor crowd.
I am no different from a community of people who propagate white supremacist messaging, constantly attack minorities online, and spread constant amounts of lies about them. I am no different from a community of literal fucking bigots because I defended someone. No. That ending part. I am no different from a community of white supremacist bigots because I said that the community, because I didn't cite my sources fully and said that the community has crazy people, and I rebutted those crazy people. and I rebutted those crazy people, and I tried to deconstruct how they operate. And that's why I'm no different from a community of white supremacists who attack minorities. Yeah, dude, I'm pissed off. I'm genuinely pissed off.
This will be my only response. Links to everything I talked about are in the description. Thank you for watching.
That was fucking dog shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh god. That was horrible. That was fucking awful. Alright, well, let's play some... I'm just gonna spend like 10 or so minutes just winding down. Yes. Yes, friends, it's over. It's over. The video's over. So, I'm just gonna wind down. Are there any questions? Let's actually turn this into a... Since there's actually, like, a bit... Do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions you would like to ask me? Since I haven't been really that active since September of last year. So any questions you have, just go right ahead. And they're coming. They're joining, but likewise. Yes, there should have been a sin counter. By the way, he's streaming right now, but... You know, it's funny. But yeah, you have any questions? I'm just gonna be here like 10 more minutes. It's funny, I have 10... I said this before, I have 10% his subscriber count. But yet, I have the same amount of viewers. Let's see, I have 11 viewers right now. How many viewers does he have? He has 6 viewers. I have 11. Well, 9 viewers now, and I'm much smaller than him. It's kind of funny. But anyways, let's continue. How many hours edited on the big video? That's classified. I've kind of stopped talking a lot about its production, because every time I do, there's just always a bunch of shit going on. There's always just a bunch of shit going on. I'm not gay, I have a boyfriend. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, he fell off plus ratio. Well, most certainly, I do think I can just... I should have it out. I'm aiming for the summer. It'll be well over a year after the initial promised release date. I am so sorry, folks. I got a lot of stuff happen. A lot of rewrites had to happen. A lot of retooling had to happen. I got accepted into a pretty good school, and that's been kind of been hard for me as well. And the story keeps developing. A lot of stuff happened since I started production. Actually, not too much stuff happened, actually. Just a little bit. It's kind of quieted down since May, I'd say. May of last year, I'd say. But I still plan to be a breadtuber. Listen, I don't plan to stay in the commentary community. It's a temporary venture. I've had a lot of fun there. It's met a lot of cool people. I've met a lot of cool people in the commentary community. I've mentioned Bunk. People I like hanging around with the most are Bunk, Harley TBS. I want to get to know Aiden Projects and Nicholas Diorio more. They're really nice to me as well. It's been a nice time in the commentary community, although I know it's not for everyone. I've lost a lot of followers on Twitter because of it. It's temporary. I don't plan to stay there. Content I plan on making. Response videos are just gonna be filler videos, actually. I plan to do long-form critiques of stuff, analyses, and long-form documentaries / exposés and stuff. That's fun. I like that. I'd say long-form, a lot of videos will be over 40 minutes. I plan to do that. I just can't wait to get back into the groove of uploading. It's been a really long time. I really miss the old days when I uploaded all the time. But we'll get back there. We'll get back. commentary is a mess. I don't always enjoy it, but I don't always enjoy it, and that's why I've sort of, after a while, I found my own corners of it to just chill. Purgatory Boys, they're cool, yeah. Alright, any other questions? Because I am about to fucking pass out if I don't. No, that doesn't mean hold them off. Give them here if you want to. What would you be covering, though? Okay, here are some topics that have graced the internet. Of course, my boy Supersonic 1014 making a video on that topic. That whole mess, a bit of a retrospective on everything that happened a few years ago. There's technicals. If you don't know, there's the whole controversy with technicals on his video on Zero. Technicals made a video on Zero, sort of. And then he made a video on Zaptai, kind of highlighting a supposed double standard in the commentary community. I don't think there's a double standard in the commentary community. I think his video is quite broken in some areas. There's the video on PK Russell I promised like 2 years ago. That's still coming out. As well as a big video on... Yeah, there's still the video on PK Russell. I haven't given up on that. And a large video on Hazbin Hotel. I'm not done with Hazbin Hotel. The topic hasn't been milked yet. Yeah, I'm not working on anything specifically outside of the current one. I'm not working on anything specifically outside of the current one. But they have been... A few scripts get floated around and killed. A few scripts get floated around and killed, but aside from that, no, it's just that. It's just that one thing. A bunch of videos were planned for the Cartoon She video planned for last fall. Cartoon She didn't want me doing it, and well, I respected his wishes. And we ain't doing that, buddy. We ain't doing that. Speaking of respecting people's wishes, Jay, I actually asked Jay if she wanted to participate in the stream. She declined. I'm almost done. So we're going to end this off with one final thing. You asked about Misanthropony. Alright, I'm actually going to go right after this. If you don't know, I got into a bit of a controversy with Misanthropony a while back. And, well, I'm just going to send you the link to the video. It's not on my channel, but I do have a rather extended segment there. Here it is. Yep. Here it is if you want to know about it. And, well, this was a good stream. Much better than the other two. That's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next upload. Goodbye.